Your favorite podcast begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Nerds and Nerdettes, to my favorite podcast.
My favorite podcast.
And I'm damn sure it's your favorite podcast, too.
Much
Ado About Nerding. Our brothers and sisters Nerdcast discusses everything from kinky keymasters to sublime slime. But of course, it is I, Player One, your master of ceremonies. And as always, by my side is my sensational sidekick, that girl wonder herself, my little sister Sally.
What's up, guys?
So, what are we going to be talking about this week?
Ghostbusters.
Fuck yes.
Ghost.
Bro.
Because you know what? Bustin' makes me
feel good. Makes me feel good.
What a line.
What a line.
What a line.
Double entendre. Yes, we're going to be talking about. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Ray Parker Jr. Let's just
Yes.
We're going to just get right into it. Greatest theme song.
100%.
Greatest theme song.
Did you
of
know
all
it
time.
was supposed to be sung by Huey Lewis in the News, but they
And
were
the
working
News.
on Back to the Future. So they did not do the Ghostbusters, and they did Back to the Future
That's
instead.
the power of love right there.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it was supposed to be Huey Lewis in the News.
You know, I can drive 55.
55.
Those aren't Huey. It's not Huey Lewis. I get that, but it's from Back to the Future. But yes, we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters here. So I will be doing a spoiler-free review.
Cool.
I have seen Frozen Empire. I will be doing a review of that movie. But this is mostly going to be a celebration of the franchise. I know we did
100%.
this, last year? I know we did a Ghostbuster episode, or 2 years ago with Afterlife. But I was like kind of, I don't know. I was in a weird time. I guess I was in a weird time because I was not enthused.
No.
I am fucking
Jazzed. Joe's jazzed.
Jazzed.
Jazzy
I
Joe.
am jizzed.
Okay.
If we're in the Star Wars universe, it's called jizz in Star Wars universe. So just so you fucking know. Yeah. A little fun fact drink.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Ghostbusters franchise. Look,
Okay, let's
in
go.
preparation for this episode.
Yes.
Obviously, I watched all the fucking Ghosts,
Mhm.
except for 2016. Watched all the Ghostbusters. I don't want to say I forgot how much I loved this, but I kind of forgot how much I loved the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it kind of just like brought back that.
And we'll get into, as we go through the movies, we'll get into why I love all of these, not just the nostalgia,
Yeah.
but just like why, as an adult, I appreciate the fuck out of these movies. But Sal, before we get into that,
No.
I would like that. What do you think of, like, because this is definitely a more of the Xennial, my generation type thing. I think it was just overplayed. Like, it was old when you were a kid.
It's true.
You're just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that. That's old shit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the Ghostbusters franchise? Sal?
I think that it's personally it holds a very special place in my heart because you and Dad were just all about this. Like, talk about how jazzed he is right now. Like, him and Dad were jazzed, super jazzed about it. So, I was stoked that you were stoked, and I want to play too. So I would watch it with
I'm
you
just
guys.
happy to be here.
Exactly, 100%. So, like, I watched it as soon as I could remember movies. I remember Ghostbusters was like up there on the things that I had seen first, right? And I don't know. I love it because you guys loved it. Like, Ghostbusters will always have a special place in my heart because I'm gonna be like, oh, my brother. It just reminds me of you and Dad.
Yeah.
Forever. So
Yeah.
I like it. The movie is funny. It's entertaining. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this movie.
Yeah.
It's just not like my favorite movie.
No,
of
yeah,
all
yeah,
time.
yeah.
But yeah.
No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah. And for so I guess we'll just jump into it.
Do
Unless
it.
you had anything other planned.
No.
Anything else planned?
Go for it.
So this franchise, Ghostbusters, it's almost 40 years old. I'm gonna stress that almost there. It's almost 40 years old. Not quite 40.
Why are we
Still on
stressing this so hard?
Still on this side of 4 decades, right? Still on the pretty side of
Wow.
4 decades.
All right.
So it came out in July of 1984. Great year, good vintage. With the original Ghostbusters movie, directed by Ivan Reitman, and basically introduced us to what this premise was and who our characters were going to be. At first, I don't think they knew this was going to be a franchise. And really, the Ghostbusters that we know today originally started as space cops.
Was that the thing?
Well, that was what they were originally set out to write, a movie about cops in space arresting aliens, Men in Black.
I was going to say.
But not on Earth. Like they were supposed to be in... But then I think they started drawing a lot on Dan Aykroyd's family history and traditions. His grandmother, I want to say, somebody in his family, during the turn of the last century, there was a big mysticism was a big thing. Seances. People would just like invite people over for cocktail parties and like, hey, let's talk to some ghosts. Well, somebody, I think it was his grandmother, maybe his great-grandmother, got really involved in that and really heavily into that. And so it kind of influenced the family going forward. And Dan Aykroyd's father, for a second I knew the name, his first name.
Like, what happened?
But Dan Aykroyd's father, Dan Aykroyd plays Ray Stantz. But Dan Aykroyd's father actually wrote a book about paranormal happenings and ghosts and stuff like that. And so Dan Aykroyd actually, he has a very... I would say it's a good episode on the Joe Rogan podcast. But I do feel that Joe Rogan was kind of poking fun at him a little bit.
Oh, that's no fun.
And maybe it's just me being defensive for Dan Aykroyd and he wasn't. Like, I think I kind of went in combative watching this on YouTube.
Like, you better not fuck this up.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Dan. You don't fuck with Ray.
No.
Motherfucker. God damn it. As I wiggle my finger.
What? I just want to poke him in the face. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Who's also, from what I've heard, and I think this is from his own mouth, on the spectrum.
I think he has.
And he said, he's like, I don't think I'd be that funny. I don't think I'd be half as funny if I wasn't on the fucking spectrum.
Right.
So again, he's one person who takes his ism and turns it into a superpower. And I fucking love that.
Hell yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so that really influenced Dan Aykroyd, who he is as a fucking person, is like the mysticism and the paranormal, wonderings and whatnot. He has a vodka out now. It's what is it? The Crystal Skull vodka or something like that.
I don't know.
And he goes like super in depth, especially on the Joe Rogan podcast, about these crystal skulls that have been found all around the world that are like carved out of actual crystal, but it's like against the grain. And you can't do that because if you even with our modern technology, if you carve against the grain, you shatter the entire crystal.
Yeah.
But they've looked at these things with like electron microscopes and all this shit and like
Science. Science rules.
But yeah, so that's who Dan Aykroyd is, and I think that's where he was like, well, if we're gonna go fucking weird, let's go ghost weird. Let's not go alien weird.
Even though he like has like a whole UFO thing, right?
Oh yeah, he's also a UFO. He, like everything paranormal, Bigfoot. But and again, far it be for us to classify cryptids as the more believable ones and the non-believable ones. But I think he's more of like the Bigfoot aliens type thing, less like Jersey Devil, Chupacabra, Dogman,
yeah.
Nessie.
I see that.
And more based in science, and I think that's what was super cool about Ghostbusters is that it's this comedy. At its core, it's a comedy, and
absolutely.
But it's also a paranormal movie based in science, from what layman's can put together as science. What's a particle accelerator? I don't fucking know. Like, there's YouTube videos of people who are like, this is how it would work if it did, and it's like, I was about to watch this, but also no. Can I just keep a little bit of ambiguity and just be like, you know why it works? Because proton packs. That's fucking why. Because it's a proton pack.
Duh.
Do you have a proton pack? Well, that's why you can't fucking do it. All right.
I mean, I don't question it.
Yeah. Well, I would never question it. I would never question Egon Spengler.
I was gonna say it's fucking Egon, man. You don't question Egon.
Anybody who collects spores, molds, and funguses as a hobby.
Did he know about the Last of Us fucking cordyceps? Imagine.
If he would have survived, it never would have happened.
That's canon.
Also rip.
True.
Also rip. So here we go. Long story short, core group of our Ghostbusters, introduced to my favorite, Dr. Peter Venkman, played by Bill fucking Murray.
I know your middle name's not fucking,
but you're Bill fucking Murray. Next is Dr. Ray Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, we just went on ad nauseum about. Dr. Egon Spengler, played by Harold Ramis.
Rip.
And last but certainly not fucking least, I would say the heart of the Ghostbusters, and I'll get into why I believe this in a second. But Winston Zeddemore, played by Ernie Hudson. And the reason I think he's the heart of the Ghostbusters is like the other three put their heart and soul into this. Well, maybe not Venkman. Probably not Venkman.
I was going to say.
He's just kind of like, I want to make money.
Yeah.
No job is too big. No fee is too big. So, yeah, he was there to make money. But he was the outsider coming into this and was like, okay, I'll go along to get along. And then he was the one that was like, oh, this is the shit.
Yeah.
This is the shit. Okay, no, they need us. If you look in Ghostbusters 1, when they're in the Ecto-1 and they're crossing I think it's the Brooklyn Bridge, and him and Ray are in the car and they're talking about, and Winston says, do you think the reason, so Winston brings up Revelations.
Yeah.
When the dead rise from the grave. And then Ray quotes the Bible, and then Winston is like, do you think that's why you've been so busy? We've been so busy because the dead are rising from the grave. And then Ray is like, oh, shit, I didn't even fucking think about that. He's the outside. He brings not a intellectual mind to this.
Right. It's like a basic. I don't want to say like basic, but
yeah,
like a basic mind.
Yeah,
like an
and
average
not trying to,
human being.
The everyman.
Yeah.
Because he's the every fucking man.
Right.
Well, it's like when they're saying just like, you're going to go in front of a judge and say that we did this because some ancient Babylonian god came back and is pissed off. And then they're like, the Sumerian. It's hugely different. And he's like, no offense, guys. I got to get my own lawyer. I think the fact that he comes from a different background makes him not the most valuable, but like an equal part as like them three together and then him by himself. They're all equal parts the same because he brings an outside perspective. There you go. Perspective to all this.
No, I get that.
I love the fuck out of, and then it goes into that later on in the sequel movies with Afterlife and Frozen Empire that he's actually the moneybags who brings back the Ghostbusters. He believed in it that much, invested his money in something else to make some more money, and then brings back the fucking Ghostbusters. Yeah. That shouldn't be spoilers. Sorry about that. But that's in Afterlife. That's not in. It's in Frozen Empire, but you should have already seen it in Afterlife. Yeah.
No, I can totally see that because if you do watch the movie thinking that Winston, it's basically his journey of following these three dudes, like while
these
they're
fucking
doing
dumbass cracker ass white boys.
Yeah. He's just like joining these people and being like, oh sure, yeah.
Well, it's like in the first movie when Janine, and yes, I'm getting to Janine, guys. I didn't forget about Janine.
Don't forget about Janine.
When she's like, do you believe in the existence of the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, alien abduction? Like, she's going through all these things. She's like, if it comes with a steady paycheck, I'll believe in anything you say. Like, it's just like, bro, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
I feel like people could argue that he is the main character of that movie, and it's based on his adventures with these guys. You know what I mean?
I haven't even thought about that, but yeah, I can see that.
When you were saying that, I was like, huh, yeah, you could. This is just Winston's story with the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, because it's the everyman, and we're the everyman. Woman, whatever.
Every person.
Just using
average human being.
The fucking generic term. But yeah, going along because we're all. I'm not a doctor of psychology and parapsychology.
Nope.
Like I'm not.
I got nothing in that.
Again, I just said, how do you catch ghosts? Proton packs. How does a proton pack work? Because a proton packs. That's why.
Yep.
There you go. Particle accelerator. Positron.
That's a big Twinkie.
Tell him about the Twinkie.
I love Winston.
And then lastly, but not leastly, we got to talk about Janine Melnitz, the secretary, You want another one?
Sure.
Oh, there you go. Fuck yeah.
I don't work tomorrow.
Me neither. I'll get me one too. So what did I say? That was 17?
Oh, yeah. So you're on
It's 18. 18. Motor City. This is 18.
I love how we're going to have a season total at the end of this. This is going to be wild.
My shit on my face. Janine Melnitz is the secretary. I don't know how to place her as a character.
Oh.
Because she's like super just like into Egon. She's like sitting there just like, My friends say I read too much, and they say that I'm an intellectual, but I also play racquetball. Like she's like just sitting there, just spewing off like all this shit to an actual intellectual, and not an intellectual that is not Dan, Ray Stans. He's a man who collects spores, molds, and funguses.
Yes.
He didn't have toys growing up. He had half of a Slinky, but he straightened it. That is who Egon is. And she's trying to she's spewing out all this. She's reading a magazine. She says, people say I read too much. And it's like, he actually reads. And again, I don't want to quantify or qualify what you read is. If you read, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he's looking at her like, you're reading a fashion magazine. And I'm reading advanced quantum physics books because I just invented this way to, one, trap spectral entities, and two, entrap them indefinitely. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's I don't know how to place Janine. She's part of the core cast of characters.
Of course.
She is part of the team.
Yeah, she's a huge part in the animated Ghostbusters.
Oh, dude. And we'll get animated.
Right, okay.
But yeah, it's just I'm not belittling her part in it. I just don't know how to place her.
She's a supporting character. I'll give her that, but yeah.
Well, when
she's just chilling at the
when you get to, because okay, so let's typecast these guys. So Peter Venkman, smartass.
Yes.
I don't want to say the comic relief because they're all fucking funny.
The vying for attention.
But he's the game show host.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
And then we have Ray Stans. Well, he did host a paranormal talk show in the second one.
Oh yeah.
But and then you have Ray Stans, who's the optimistic, naive, little boy.
Yeah.
He's just
full of wonder.
Full of
I love him.
Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles.
Oh, God.
I actually watched Fiddler last week.
Why did
I got drunk.
There it is. There she blows.
Hey, I got the beard and I got the gut to play Reb Tevye now. So I just when I stomp around.
Drunk Joe watching musicals.
And then you have Egon, who's the brains of the operation.
Yes.
And he's the dry humor.
Yes.
Which is my favorite fucking.
Well, yeah, that's dad. That's dad jokes all over.
Well, it's grandpa. That's grandpa humor.
Yeah.
Not in general. I'm saying our grandfather.
Yeah.
Max.
The kids are hungry.
Blow them off. They're covered in grass. That's not how our grandmother sounded, but I think that's how all grandmothers sound.
Oh man, gotta love it, man.
And then again, Winston is the everyman. He's the normal guy. He's just what is going on here? And then ends up falling in love and actually loving it more than everybody else does.
Yeah. Putting everything into it.
So that's who all I could say is with Janine, she's she's the sass and the hopeless romantic.
I was going to say, she's the romantic interest in the fact that she's interested in Egon.
Well, the fact that she's the only girl.
Yeah. So they're, well, and then of course, Peter Venkman's just trying to get in all the clients' pants.
Well, the only client.
Yes.
Who paid us in advance before she turned into a dog.
Only Zoo.
I love her because, what did she say? Because she sleeps above the covers. 4 feet above the covers. But yeah, so that's our, and then I say we the super supporting character is Rick Moranis.
There it is.
Rick Moranis' character. The fuck is his name?
Tully.
Vince? Tully? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have it here.
I don't remember his first name. I got my law degree at night. What a coincidence. We got arrested at night. So that kind of takes me through so the first Ghostbusters movie came out in 1984, directed by Ivan Reitman, was the highest grossing film of 1984, beat out Indiana Jones. Wow.
Beat out a Spielberg film.
Spielberg. Also, great theme song. Awesome
John
movie.
Williams.
Makes my heart flutter. All a flutter.
Makes me want to go on an adventure. Got him.
And in my humble, not so humble opinion, because I have a podcast and you don't, the greatest written comedy of all time.
Okay.
the jokes, the bits that they put on in here, it's not just slapstick. This is why 2016 Ghostbusters, we didn't hate it because you're all girls. We hated it because the writing was bad. The writing was bad.
Well, I mean, like, okay.
It was slapstick. It wasn't witty. It wasn't wit. It was slapstick.
Well, let's look at SNL at the time and then look at SNL now. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow. Let's put it that. Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's just completely different and funny in its own right. But
exactly.
like,
yes.
not.
I mean, I still laughed at the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Right. Funny in its own right, but obviously 80s SNL, 70s SNL, completely different than late early 2000s.
You're right.
You know, so.
And really, it's unfair for us to judge them against, again, in my not so humble opinion, the greatest written comedy of all fucking
fair.
time.
Like, I can give that to you for sure.
And which is why I think I didn't like Afterlife, but I really like Frozen Empire.
Okay.
Because I think Afterlife, I was judging it against the originals. And Frozen Empire, I was kind of just like, I can't. It's not fair to them. Also, I didn't watch a single. Well, I watched one trailer. I watched the first teaser, and that was it. I just stayed away from all the news, went in completely blind, and I think it made it a better movie.
Okay.
For me. So maybe you kind of.
I was gonna say, are you gonna try Afterlife with this new lens, or is it already?
I think it's pretty much
tainted?
ruined for me.
It's already okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair.
It's like I'll never go back and watch Book of Boba Fett because
Why?
you ruined.
I will watch like maybe 2 episodes, and that's the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
episodes.
that's the Mandalorian episodes. But it's just like, dude, you took Boba Fett, the most badass Star Wars character of all fucking time, and you made him a pacifist? What the fuck? Get out of here.
Bro, I'm trying to get on that Lucasfilms movie. I don't know when they're gonna start filming, but I'm putting out feelers because like
Putting out?
feelers.
Does your wife know?
God, what is happening? Anyway, Lucasfilms in New Mexico. I'm very excited.
Oh yeah. Greatest comedy ever written. I'm just the wit and again, a lot of it could just be the delivery by the actors because they were all friends. They all worked on SNL together and all these things. It's like, fuck, man.
Right.
And again, but hey, maybe it's just a perfect storm. Maybe it's just a perfect storm, and that's why it's fucking like, you're right. No human can stack books like that. Who the fuck says that? Who the fuck? Like like you're with the Ghostbusters, but you're still a denier.
Yes.
Like you're still denying like this is a thing.
Yeah.
Listen, you smell something? Like,
do you smell that?
what the fuck? Who writes that?
Who
writes that?
It's that quick humor that if you don't get it the first time, you're gonna get it the second time. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, why are they laughing? I don't understand. And then you watch it the second time, and you're like, oh fuck, he said quiet. Do you smell that?
Well, it's just like, and I think they tried that in the second film, and an example of this is so Dana has a baby Oscar, and they're staying in Peter's apartment, and she's like, hey, I think we need to put him down, or do you want to help me put him down? And then Venkman just starts insulting him, and it's just like, oh, I see. Okay, I get the bit. It's amusing. I don't know. I think you were trying. I think you're reaching for that one.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, I digress. It's back to Ghostbusters 1984. I will say, lastly,
Tell me.
it's my second favorite iteration, franchise iteration on this list. Second favorite.
I can only imagine what is number 1.
Are we gonna keep on going?
Yeah.
Keep on.
Yeah. Keep
I
going.
was just gonna. I was waiting for you for.
No. I think I know what it is, but.
So next we're gonna get into. We're gonna go chronologically here.
Perfect.
The Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Which was the cartoon that came out right after the movie. It's canonically part of the Ghostbusters canon.
True. Yep.
Because in the first episode, they have to. The reason why they wear the multicolored suits is because they had to get rid of their original ones, because there was too much ecto poisoning on their original suits because of the Marshmallow Man. Yeah, it was covered in marshmallows.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
And so they had to put on these new suits. And actually one of the good things is, like, and again, in Frozen Empire, they did say that they were going to lean heavily on, they wanted to make it feel like more of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yeah. I had read that.
And that they were like, we're not saying those are canon, but those are probably canon. It's like, fuck yes. Dude, hell yes.
Well, I
brother.
read an article today, and
Mhm.
it did say that is canonically in the Ghostbusters universe.
Those are
As well
actually-
as Casper. Casper is in the
Casper is
Ghostbusters
because he is
universe.
Ray Stans. Who are you gonna call?
Someone
Somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a mustache in there too. Weird. It's fucking weird
mean-
choice. Just a weird choice. Like, oh, you gotta
Everybody has to have that weird pedo mustache at least once in their life.
Looking at you, Mother. Anyway, and I will say that that the real Ghostbusters is actually why most of the kids of my generation, my age, love the Ghostbusters because we love the movie, but this was a cartoon. This was on Saturday mornings. This was for us. Like the movies, that was like as a little kid, that was like for Dad. I was happy to enjoy it with him, but that was for my father. This cartoon
made for you.
Yeah, with seeing the ghost from the little X out symbol, fucking just like walking down the street, kicking over trash cans on the street,
drumming on a streetlight.
Strumming on a trash can. Apparently, that's what it is. Slimer becomes their fucking pet. Like he becomes the mascot of.
I love that.
It also gave us Ecto Cooler, which if you don't know what the fuck that is, I can help you. That is the greatest flavor of high C.
That just means that your knees don't hurt. That's all that means.
Because if you don't know what high C is, I can't help you either. You know why? You know what it is? Ecto Cooler, I just put it all together, is the reason why millennials look so fucking young. Also,
oh, tell me.
Dude, I looked this shit up.
Okay.
Do I look older than Peter Venkman in the first fucking Ghostbusters movie?
You don't.
He was 33 years old. He was 33 years old.
Too. Anyway.
Dan Aykroyd, 31 in the first fucking movie.
I am that age. Maybe. Who knows? I might be 32. I don't know how old I am. No, I'm going to be 33 this year. I'm 32.
You're going to be 33.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So he's younger than me.
Harold Ramis was 39. And I'd say he looks on par with like what I look. Because he looks young. He doesn't look like he's 7 years older than everybody else.
This is true. I would have thought he would have been in the same age range.
And Ernie Hudson is 38 in the first Ghostbusters.
But he's looked the same.
I was going to say black don't crack.
He's looked the same for like ever.
Yeah.
That's not fair. His hair got white.
Yeah,
Wah.
that's it. But it also just makes you look more distinguished.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Not fair.
But Ecto, there it is. I'm gonna Ecto Cooler is the reason
There's
why
gonna be a docuseries that comes out later.
It's all the preservatives in the Ecto Cooler, dude. That's the reason why we look so young.
The purple ketchup and the green ketchup
and the clear Pepsi. God, that was gross. That was so weird. Just like drinking it, you're like, this should taste like Sprite. It don't. It don't taste like Sprite. It tastes like Pepsi. And I don't know what my body's rejecting it. My body. They were also the generation of Surge. Like think of like Monster, but like twice as bad.
Yeah.
And you could just like buy it for 25 cents.
Dude, weren't people like jumping off of bridges thinking
Probably.
they could fly because they were like, Surge!
Probably all my
I don't know
age.
if that's real. Don't quote
And then
me.
they blamed it on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And then later Jackass. But anyway,
we digress.
Yeah. Dude, Ecto Cooler was the shit.
I am not saying it wasn't.
And what I love about, especially what they did in Afterlife, and so what they did in Afterlife is they made all the Ghostbuster things like the Ghostbuster cereal and the Ghostbusters,
right, as you did in the 90s.
Things are all movie canon. Like the song is movie canon, and it's like, yeah, a group of dudes who saved New York City would become famous.
100%.
And that's why I love Paul Rudd's. One of the things I actually did like about Afterlife is I love Paul Rudd, the way he acted when he saw the trap. And then he was like, you don't know what this is? This is a Ghostbuster trap. How do you have a Ghostbuster trap? And they're like, what is that? And he's like, because he would have been a kid when the Ghostbusters were saving the city. So he would have been a fan.
Right.
Probably bought the cereal, wore the T-shirt, the light blue T-shirt with the logo on it, which is in the first fucking movie. But yeah, so that's one of the things I really like about After. We're not after an Afterlife yet. We're still on the real Ghostbusters. So that ran from 1986 to 1991. Over 100.
91.
Yeah. What did I say? 81?
Yeah.
My bad. 91. When you were born.
Mhm.
Hey. Over 140 episodes. I like I said, I think this was made for me, and that's why I loved it. It had more of like the anime style animation,
Yeah.
which was kind of weird. Unless I was watching like Voltron, you didn't see stuff like
Well,
that.
it was like the most realistic.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put that loosely in quotes because obviously, like
exactly.
animation nowadays is like ridiculous, but like the most like realistic animation that you can get to. It seemed
And-
like an adult cartoon.
Yeah,
right?
more like an adult cartoon.
Yeah.
They didn't pull any punches with some of their ghosts. Some of their ghosts were really cheesy.
Right.
Some of their ghosts was like, oh, holy shit, that's kind of fucking terrifying right there.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's one of the things I love. And I will say
Tell me.
that the Real Ghostbusters. Do you know why it's called the Real Ghostbusters?
Because they couldn't use Ghostbusters because it was a ghost show or something.
So in the first Ghostbusters movie, there are two versions of the movie. There's Ghostbusters and Ghost Hunters. And because there was like a 1940s movie called The Ghostbusters, and they didn't know if they would be able to get the rights.
Oh.
But also, the cartoon, at the same time, there was a Ghostbusters cartoon that featured a gorilla, and like they rode around in like a Model T,
What?
and they like used vacuums to suck up ghosts.
Oh my God! It was Luigi's Mansion.
It
but,
was
like,
Luigi's
with
Mansion
gorillas?
was like a gorilla
Donkey
and like
Kong
a
in Luigi's
person
Mansion?
and like a dog. I don't remember. Like I remember watching it, but it was like, what's this fucking?
This is trash. This
Yeah,
isn't
what is this
Ghostbusters.
garbage? Yeah, what is this Wish version of Ghostbusters? So that's why they put the Real Ghostbusters
Okay.
on it. That's why it's called the Real Ghostbusters. And that is why it is my favorite Ghostbusters iteration.
There it is. I knew it.
I love this show.
Well, Dad made him a whole ass Ghostbusters
Whole
suit.
ass. My 5th fucking birthday.
Dad made him a whole ass.
He
Ghostbusters
not embroidered, but like he cut out of felts, cut out the Ghostbuster patch, sewed it onto a jumpsuit for me.
Like our dad is a lot of things, and crafty is one of them.
Quafty wafty.
He's crafty, and I love that about him.
Yeah, and he'll just I'll do something, and then he's like, "Why don't you just do it like this?"
Yeah.
If you just do it like this.
He's so crafty.
He's smart as fuck. This is why he's a Ravenclaw. Like
It
100%.
makes sense.
Like he doesn't understand why he is, and I was like, "Cause you don't know, Dad." But it makes fucking sense. Yes, Hufflepuff makes fucking sense.
Yes.
Especially the puff part of that.
Well,
and
he just,
so
like,
does
comes and hangs-
Slytherin.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I've never seen like that ambitious side of Dad.
well, no, I just mean like an asshole.
Oh yeah.
He was a redhead.
Ravenclaws
growing
are
up.
like that though. Ravenclaws are like that. Ravenclaws are like that.
I
Fight
didn't know
me.
that.
I don't give a
I
fuck.
don't know. I'm not trying to argue.
No,
with
I'm
you.
talking about the listeners.
Oh.
Fight me. I don't care. I'm mostly.
But I'm
talking
just saying. Well, I'm
about
just
Miss
saying.
M.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, you're one of 2 Ravenclaws I've ever met, and Emily is, and he's like, Selena's Emily, and I was like, yes, Selena's Emily. So, oh, I love Emily.
And then he goes talking about Emily and Shane. Yes,
So
He does that.
Miss M, our dad, loves the shit out of you.
It's true.
So there
He
you go.
does.
Shout out to both of you. Anyways, ooh, let's real quick off the cuff. Let's go.
what? Okay.
Let's sort all the Ghostbusters.
Ooh, Peter Venkman, Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Egon, we're gonna say Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw, 100%.
Stance.
It's Hufflepuff.
I would put him in Hufflepuff, but he could also like pull off the Gryffindor. But I'm gonna say Winston's for sure Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I think he's brave as fuck. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
think he
100%.
would like stupidly
Whoa!
Oh, whoa,
No.
whoa. Okay.
Ghostbusters 2. I know we haven't gotten there yet. I know we've taken an hour and a half to get there. In the tunnel? So in the tunnel, Egon and Ray are quote unquote talking about the cockroaches and the rats scratching at the walls. There must be thousands of them. And Winston is getting fucking freaked out. He's like looking around, he's like, what the fuck is going on? Stop talking about the rats. Stop talking about the rats. And then like the ghost should have like they see the severed heads, which is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
And then like the ghost train comes and they're like, oh shit, let's go down here. And he's like, hey guys, what about the packs? So I'm not saying so bravery is doing what you need to do in the face of fear. I
Yes.
understand that. Well, he wasn't very brave right there. If it wasn't for them, if he wasn't following them, he would not have went forward.
Well, I don't know. Peter Pettigrew was a Gryffindor.
You know what? Sometimes the hat makes mistakes. Peter Pettigrew should have just not been in.
It's true. He should have been a squib.
Is
I
he
wish he was
just
a
like
squib.
worse than he's worse than Voldemort, right?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of people in that story that are worse than Voldemort.
Harry Potter's dad being one of them.
James Potter.
James Potter's worse than Voldemort. At least
No, I
Voldemort
was
knows
gonna
who
say,
it was. Oh,
Umbridge.
Umbridge.
Yeah, I think Umbridge is the worst. Anyway, we digress.
Ooh.
And
no.
then Janine.
James Potter's worse than. Oh, they're on the same tier. I just don't like
Really?
bullies. Well, I just don't like bullies. And like we've all bullied. And like, and if you're lying to yourself if you haven't.
Right.
For the most part, I mean, you guys, some people have it. We've all bullied. We've all been bullied.
Mm-hmm.
But you did it to Snape, motherfucker. You don't fucking do that shit to Snape. You don't fucking do that.
I mean, I don't. James Potter is definitely not on my list of like characters that I give a fuck about, but like definitely nowhere near Umbridge on how much I hate them.
This is true. Actually, no.
That's like
fucking possible.
that's
100.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that is a big leap. That's a hot take. That's a hot take. All right, I take that back.
I disagree, but like if that's your take, like it's
I'm taking that. I'm taking
Okay.
that. I'm blowing out that fire for
Okay,
that hot take.
fair. You're cooling that tea down.
But he's on the same Voldemort.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I would put him at the same level as Voldemort.
Because I feel
sure.
that Voldemort is like bad the way like Darth Vader's bad.
Well, like yeah,
They're
you
bad guys, but they're you
understand why
kind
they're
of
bad
understand.
guys.
And you're like, yeah, but you're pretty cool.
I mean, Voldemort was born out of fake love. Like once you learn that, like your mom was poisoning your dad into loving her.
Mhm.
Ugh. Like how gross do you
I
feel?
was made for loving you, baby.
We went on a
You
Harry
were
Potter
loved
tangent
for
while we're talking about
loving me.
Ghostbusters.
You were loved for loving me. That's what I just said. Drink because I sang. All right.
God,
So Janine,
Janine,
Ghostbusters. What do you want?
yeah, I gotta put her in Gryffindor too, man.
I'm gonna put her in Slytherin.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just don't.
I
know
think she
Janine that
uses her sexuality to get what she wants.
well. Ooh,
Not to
hot
say
take.
that that's bad. Like it's like fucking
Work
use your
what you got.
charisma, whatever.
I can see that. Okay.
But I mean, I think
Okay.
I know that was a bad take. That's a bad take. But no, but I just mean just like she ain't take no shit from nobody.
No, she doesn't. But neither does Hermione.
Yeah, but Hermione's an actual intellectual.
I don't know. I'm putting her in Gryffindor.
Well, I'm just trying to get representation. I'm just trying to get representation here. So we're still in Janine. She's got cool glasses too.
Sure. Yeah. Ghostbusters, what do you want? Okay.
We got one.
It's like one of my favorite lines. It used to make me laugh so hard as a kid, and I don't know why.
When she would scream, "We got one."
Yeah. It just like brings up a giddy thing in me that I'm like, yeah.
I love that. I really actually love that. The Ghostbusters actually elicits that kind of emotional response for you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It makes me so giddy when she screams that.
That's cool, and we'll get to that when we get to when we talk about the new movie. So don't let me forget. Don't let me forget.
Janine. I'm loving it.
So we're at Ghostbusters 2, 1989. 5 years later.
89.
Not as well written. Not as well received critically and by the fans. I still love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't watch Ghostbusters 1 without watching Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, and it's almost back to back. Like,
Right.
you have to watch them
It's like,
back to
okay,
back.
I finished the first one. The second one, I got my Ghostbusters fix for a
Yeah.
few months.
And I think it started out good, like with them being, again, comedic writers and being like, wouldn't it be funny if like they just saved the city and then people just forgot that they saved the city?
Mm-hmm.
Not that they forgot, but just like, oh, we're going to sue you now. And it's like, dude, you saw a 100-foot marshmallow man attack the city and we killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, understand, yes, we destroyed a bunch of shit as well. But,
Well, so does Superman, and nobody gets mad at him.
well, he could also like kill everybody if he fucking wanted to. Like, he could kick the planet out of orbit.
He'd jumpstart the sun. Never does.
He never does. He turned back. If we can turn back time.
So can the Flash.
And the Flash likes to beat up little old ladies.
Oh, that's true.
Or Ezra Miller.
Ezra
what's his name?
Miller. Yeah. What a guy.
What a time.
No,
to
I
be
should
alive.
say what a person. I'm so sorry.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
What
right.
a person.
So Ghostbusters 2, I really love it. It wasn't critically acclaimed like the first one was.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the first Ghostbusters is better written
Mm-hmm.
than Ghostbusters 2, but I do love Ghostbusters 2, I think it is more like the cartoon.
Mhm.
Whereas, and I don't want to say highbrow, Ghostbusters 1 was more of like you kind of had a little bit of intelligence
Yeah.
to understand some of the jokes.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2, I think, kind of dumbed it down a little bit.
Well, I think that they saw that they triggered a response from the child audience, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if they made a cartoon. So now they have to kind of dumb it down for the kids,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. And dumb it down is actually a bad way to put it because kids aren't dumb.
Yeah.
But I
I was dumb because I didn't realize that Rocco worked for a sex hotline. I never realized that until I was an actual adult.
That Rocco, I was like, who the fuck is Rocco? Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying, like, I watch kids' cartoons, but, like, I was dumb enough to not get the innuendos because, I'm a child.
Well, but those are written for the parents.
Yeah.
Again, like you can be forgiven for not getting those innuendos. But no, like the fact that in Ghostbusters 2, they hijack the Statue of Liberty and use it as like a Gundam to like walk over from Liberty Island to like the Museum of Modern Art using positively charged slime.
Yes.
Who the fuck comes up with this shit?
Homie,
you know what?
proton packs aren't real. I'm
just saying. I'm just like I'm not talking shit. Who thinks of that? That is awesome. That is so good.
Okay,
I
thought
love
we were
everything.
talking shit.
No, I was not talking shit.
I thought we were talking
in
shit.
the least little bit. The only talking shit I will say is that I'm going to say this and feel immediately bad. But Oscar, the baby, one of the ugliest kids I've ever seen. Not a cute kid.
I think the kid in the labyrinth is ugly, and that's my opinion. And that's my opinion.
A known bone zone. That's inside joke. Sorry.
Don't know what that is. Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. The labyrinth kid is ugly to me.
Yeah, I'll give you that. No, he's cuter than Oscar. Oscar has no redeeming qualities.
Fine.
His
What does he look
skin's
like
patchy.
now?
His skin's so, and this is why I'm gonna feel bad, is because it was played by twins, and one of the twins offed themselves.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
So
I
rest
don't
in
have
peace
to
to him. Like I
look that
don't mean no personal disrespect, but as a baby, I just,
They could have gotten a better movie.
well, I just mean, fuck, man, some babies are ugly.
Sure.
You know, it doesn't mean you're an ugly adult. You can't be as lucky as I am. Like,
I don't
I
think
was
I've
a
ever
fucking
seen you as
adorable
an infant.
I was an adorable baby.
I have a picture of me like immediately out of mother's womb.
But no newborns are cute, and mothers will disagree with me, and I get that. Like you're just like because you're all filled with all the hormones and whatnot. That's evolution.
My brain.
That's evolution talking. That's not your actual eyes. That's evolution telling you have to love this thing so the species can continue.
So it survives. Do not eat
like,
your baby.
Newborns are not cute. They're all wrinkly and pink, or well, just like our white babies.
I don't
like
know.
pink and
Jude
shit.
Man was a cute infant. Oh my god. So was
Again, I think, and
God,
I think
I used names. Bobbin and the podling.
And I think again, this might just be like a woman thing. I mean, this might be a lady thing.
Maybe.
Like you're just like my hormones are taking over.
Oh, dude! Every time I
have to
see
love them.
a lot of newborns, I'm like ovaries. I choose
Whereas,
you.
like, I feel, which is actually, there have been studies that there is more of a spike in the brain when men see babies, and especially when they have children, than with women. And I think it's more of like a protective response.
Yeah.
Like, just like, but it's also like where that protection comes because you love them.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to, whatever. So, anyways, both of the Bobbin and the Podling are cute as fuck.
God, I love them. Why
Who would
though?
have thought?
Jesus
Who would have thought?
Christ.
Looking at the dead. But
I'm worried. I was worried about a singular grandpa's genes getting anywhere near those children.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. You brought it up.
I
wasn't gonna bring it up. That's true because they're biological uncle. Oh.
I was gonna say they also have an uncle that like.
Great guy, love him to death. But oh my god.
Sunsets.
Anyways, stop talking shit about our family. I'm
no,
just
it's
saying.
fun. That's how we express love.
It's actually, some people would say that's toxic.
Yes, this is true.
But no, I would say not a cute baby. But also rest in peace to, I don't remember which brother it was, but one of them is no
Oscar.
longer with us.
Bummer, man.
And that sucks, man. That really fucking sucks. This is my third favorite in the franchise. Third favorite. We're not gonna-
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean. I mean, shit. When you're choosing between your 3 favorite beers,
Yeah.
one of them's gonna have to come in last.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mhm.
Well,
You're gonna, and it could be your favorite. You know what I mean? Sometimes you save the best for last.
ooh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
In this case, we're not.
3 is 3.
Right, 3 is 3. You're,
3 is
you're
3.
In third. You're in third fucking place. But so next we're not really going to talk about 2016 Ghostbusters. It's not continuity in this franchise.
No.
They tried to reboot, didn't fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about it. Not sorry about it.
Again, I want to like it. I love Kate McKinnon. I love a lot. I mean, Kristen Wiig. Who doesn't love Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig, yes.
Fucking
really
love Kristen Wiig. Great cast. I'm saying it just didn't hit the mark.
Even with, Ivan Reitman, the director of the first one, was a producer on the movie. Dan Aykroyd. This is actually, they rewrote a script that he had for a sequel. A sequel, not the sequel, but a sequel for the Ghostbusters where they pass off the torches.
Yeah.
To a new. So this was actually loosely based on something that Dan Aykroyd had actually fucking written, but I think he didn't have enough say in it. So, also the second Ghostbusters might have not been as critically acclaimed as it could have been because Dan Aykroyd originally had written a script where they go to hell.
Oh.
And they fight ghosts in hell.
Oh.
How epic and badass was that? But at the time, sequels didn't do too good. So now, like, we get, like, they pretty much write sequels when they're writing the first movie nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
That's not usually how it was.
No.
That's not how it was back.
You write a
back in the
movie,
day.
that's the story by, and then
it's
people
just
are
like,
more,
the
more,
sequel's a cash grab.
Yeah.
And that's 100% what it was.
Yeah.
But the studio didn't want to put the money into it to, like, all the epic sets. And, you're going to fucking hell.
Oh, that's a lot of CGI, too, I feel like.
Well, it's 1989. Not a lot of CGI.
Hand-drawn.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I mean by CGI, okay?
You just special effects. Special
There you
effects.
go. There you go.
So that's what it was supposed to be, but the studio's like, no, don't fucking do that. And apparently the studio head of Columbia at the time didn't even want to do a sequel, but it was already greenlit before he got the job. And he was so good at his job, he was fired before the movie fucking came out. So because of his 2 cents, he denied us the fact that we could have seen the Ghostbusters go to fucking hell and battle, dare I say, fucking Lucifer? Not some fucking made up Sumerian goddamn god. I don't actually, Gozer might have not been. Gozer the Gozerian, like, I mean, that sounds kind of
It
made
sounds,
up.
but I mean, like, there are a lot of things that
Yeah,
sound
exactly.
made up. I
Yeah.
don't know. And they're.
So we were denied that because some fucking pencil neck fuck, dickless. Like, he's the Walter Peck. He's the Walter Peck of movies. Not in the movie, but he's the Walter Peck of movies.
Oh, God.
He denied us that. He denied us that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you
so fucking
were
mad
denied
about it.
that. Yeah.
Denied them that? It's from Jurassic Park. Anyway.
No.
What are you gonna say?
No. I was just going to say, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about Ghostbusters, but I didn't realize this was the love child of SNL and National Lampoons.
National Lampoon, yeah.
I had no idea. And we probably talked about this, but like when I read that today, I was like, what?
What happened?
What?
What happened to
National
National
Lampoons?
Lampoon?
And SNL?
Yeah, but it was National Lampoon when it was just like a magazine.
Yeah.
Not so much like the
Chevy
movies.
Chase.
Yeah, Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase is always the face of National Lampoons for
Yeah.
me.
Too bad he's such a dickhead.
Why do you have to be such an
Why do you have
ass?
to be a fucking use
You
the
don't
hard
have
R?
to.
Don't use the hard R when you're talking to Daniel Glover. You didn't hear about that?
Nope.
Yep. Like on set in front of like people. Like this wasn't just like a private conversation.
Oh no!
This is like-
it's, I don't know. Is it worse? If
It's
you just
worse
do it in
to just
private?
like fucking.
Okay, it's worse when you just do
Is
it
it?
out loud. See, I think it's worse when you do it in private because out loud you're like, I don't give a fuck. Anybody can hear me, and I don't give a fuck. But like when you're doing it privately, you're like,
Is
I'm
it
shady.
more? And I don't want to use respectable as the word, but you're just like, all right, at least you're not hiding it. At
Jeez
least you're not fucking.
Louise.
Yeah, but like apparently, like he was.
I knew he was like being a piece of shit to a lot of the like crew and cast.
Well,
and stuff,
apparently, like
but,
he did like National Lampoons, and that was it, and like thought he was king shit.
wasn't he on SNL? He was on SNL.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we go. So we're gonna get to Ghostbusters Afterlife, which came out
Finally.
fucking like 30 years goddamn later. and I was like, meh.
Well, and again, you were in a funk. You were in a time.
Yeah, I don't know what
You were
was
going
wrong
through
with
it.
me at the time.
I don't know. You just said, I was really excited about these, and then the pandemic happened, and then I fucking hate my life.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah.
I think that you were getting out of that pandemonium life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just a hangover after being so fucking drunk for like a year.
So true. Why did we drink so much? Because we had
nothing else to do. And you know what? Fucking Donnie J gave us $1,500. Whoa.
Yay.
That we're giving Ukraine fucking $9 billion. Fuck you. I'm sorry. We're not going to get into that.
Stop it.
Stop.
Stop it.
Okay. So yeah, Afterlife, redeeming qualities. Paul Rudd and the little girl with glasses and podcast. Actually, no, podcast is fucking hilarious. You need to fucking see it.
I know. You told me all about podcasts.
He's actually pretty fucking funny.
I was going to say, did you watch it before you went to go see Frozen Empire?
Yeah.
Okay. So you watched Afterlife as well. I didn't know if you watched 1 and 2 and then went.
No.
Because I know how you felt about Afterlife, so I didn't know.
It's just like, and again, it's like one of the things we talked about this with the Ewoks in Star Wars. Like, don't put in the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Like, okay, they're fucking cute, but like, just for merchandise, guys, like you're taking away a lot from the movie. I feel. Bruh,
I mean, Spaceballs put it the best. Like when he talks about all the merchandise that they have, you know what I mean? Like,
may the Schwartz be with you. Yeah, no, I get it.
Spaceballs put it the best. You gotta.
But I don't know. No, Afterlife's not too bad. Like, it's there. It gave us an emotional thing at the end.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, it got me, but it's like,
Paul Rudd.
But last but certainly not fucking least, 2024's Ghostbusters Frozen Empire brings it all back, baby. And I think a lot of it maybe from Afterlife as it happened in Oklahoma. I believe it was in Oklahoma. I don't know. They bring it back to New York. They're back in the firehouse. We got the Ecto one. We got the old proton packs.
Mm-hmm.
We got some fucking Ray Stantz. We got some Winston goddamn Zedmore. That's all I'm going to fucking say. Go see this fucking movie. Don't go in thinking it's going to be as good as Ghostbusters 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, it's my third favorite as far as the movies. Not not with the cartoon as well, but like it's
so
it's
1, 2, and then
and then this
Frozen.
and it's a close. Frozen Empire is really good. The cameos aren't cameos. A lot of people are like complained in Afterlife that there were cameos that didn't make sense.
Okay.
The cameos here aren't cameos. There's reason for everybody to fucking be there.
Dope.
And I love the shit out of that. Like I said, it's more heavily influenced by the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So there is more outlandish fucking bullshit, like 100-foot fucking marshmallow man stepping out of church in Peter Venkman's town. I loved it. I had a great fucking time.
Dope.
The Regal Cinemas here, they didn't get the buckets or the T-shirts, so I couldn't buy. I was going in there and was like, I'm going to spend $20 on a fucking movie, or $200 on a fucking movie. And they didn't have anything for me to spend $200. I would have been.
Flicks, man. We're going to go to Flicks. Get that good. Mm.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything special.
No, but like their food is delicious.
Well, yeah, no. I'm just, I'm not saying that. But no, definitely. So non-spoiler review.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The cameos aren't cameos. Like they are there. There are some cameos that are just like, meh. And if you're a Ghostbuster fan, especially of like tertiary characters that are like not main fucking characters, you'll get them. Even just like extras. I noticed. Paul Rudd knocks it out of the fucking park. This one he does real fucking well.
I think maybe his feelers might have gotten a little hurt with like his Zennial fans, you know, like, hey,
from the last one.
Yeah, Afterlife wasn't what we wanted, so maybe he was just like, I'll step up my game. Sure.
Well, I think the writing was better.
Okay.
And Jason Reitman didn't direct this one. Jason Reitman being not only the son of the original director, but also the kid in the second Ghostbusters that calls them a fraud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Braces. His name's even Jason in the movie.
Braces.
But he didn't. He was I believe he was a producer in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember who directed the new one. But it is. I feel that it captures more of the spirit of what the Ghostbusters are.
Okay.
And
yeah.
the fact, and what it solidified it for me was, and this is just a personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
What solidified it for me was the movie ends, they start to roll the theme song, and some little 6-7-year-old girl behind me starts singing along.
Yes.
And I was like, girl, you fucking get it. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes. I love it that it's going into a new generation. The way that I feel content with it.
Yeah.
I wish that most Star Wars fans felt content with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Knowing that these aren't movies and shows written for you. They're movies and shows written for children.
Right.
And we need to understand, we need to take a step back. We are no longer the demographic they're going for.
It's not growing with you.
No.
And that's okay.
They're trying to make money, and you're no longer the generation that spends money.
Right.
It's the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was great. I had a really good time.
That just reminds me of the time that Motor City and Alice in Motherland and I went to go see Jurassic Park 3D when like they released Jurassic Park the original in like 3D or something like that. And like there was this little boy that was in front of us, and he was just like on the bar, just like watching the freaking Tyrannosaurus Rex do its thing. And like all three of us, and I think like She Who Shall Not Be Named was there too, maybe. We just all looked at each other and we were like, yes.
That's it.
That is what we love to see, is that it's hit another generation. The way it hit us when we were kids, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, and that's a testament to that fucking movie. That the movie came out 30 years ago, and the CGI stands up.
That's
today.
Dude, Shalina and I just played Lego Jurassic Park, and we were like, you know what? We should probably watch all three of these because, like, fuck, man, it's so good. And, like, the CGI from the original Jurassic Park holds up to this day.
Yeah, to this day. And they invented all that technology.
Yeah.
They invented that technology on the spot for that movie. It was supposed to be stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, we've already talked about Jurassic Park. Go listen to that episode.
Well, we've already talked about Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
too,
but
so
now we have a new one.
Well, yeah, but they're also making this one. This one, Scarlett Johansson's supposed to be in the new Jurassic World.
Oh my god.
Hell yes, brother.
Oh my god.
Another redhead. Let's throw him in there. Love it. So, I guess that's my spoiler-free review.
Fair. It captures the old.
Because the old is in there.
But yeah.
There's some old in there, and that's not a spoiler because they're in the trailer. But yeah. Any final words?
No. So what I wanted to ask you.
Oh,
was,
okay.
So this was an SNL skit originally, right? This was, well, not a skit, but like SNL alumni.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We have seen SNL movies come out of that. What SNL original from that time, maybe even a little bit later, would you like to see a reboot of, maybe?
Oh, the Two Wild and Crazy Guys.
Oh, yeah?
With Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd.
Mm-hmm.
And only because they had a few bits, like it was a reoccurring bit that they would do. So that one might be a cool movie.
All right.
Also, like, when was the last time Steve Martin did anything? Steve Martin. Is it Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Not Steve Martin.
No? Yeah. No, it's Steve Martin.
White hair.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the little guy that always...
Martin Short.
Martin Short. There you go. So, no, Steve Martin, Dan Aykroyd doing the fucking thing. They're from, like, fucking some weird place in Transylvania or something.
Dude, I want to see Night at the Roxbury come back. I want to know what.
Oh, I thought you
doing.
meant from like that time.
No, and I said
for,
that
like,
time
Dan
period or
Aykroyd.
later,
Oh, okay,
right?
Okay.
Like anything like SNL.
Well, they were the
skits.
first cast, so everything in SNL is later.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, no, I want to see Night at the Roxbury come back. I want to see Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan. Like,
see, but I've never liked Chris Kattan.
I've Chris Kattan.
I've never liked Chris Kattan.
Dude, Mango is like so good.
Such is the Mango. I'll do another one. It's only 9 o'clock.
It's only 9. I'll have another.
Oh, we're gonna do another one. Here we go. We're just gonna fucking sit here and drink, talk about Ghostbusters.
Yeah. But yeah, I would like to see that.
So this is number 19.
19. 2 beers in one episode.
3.
3 beers in one episode. 2 beers, 3 for me. Jesus. Anyway, yeah. I wanted to know if you had a SNL skit that you would like to see come back from that time or later.
Yeah. So from that time, I would definitely say. Yeah, I would definitely say maybe Two Wild and Crazy Guys. And they were kind of just like always trying to get
Johnny Bravo.
Now that you bring it up, I think that the Night at the Roxbury guys are kind of just like the spin-off of the Two Wild and Crazy Guys.
Yeah?
Because they were always trying to get with the hot American ladies.
What's up?
Yeah, like exactly, and just like horrible at it.
So bad.
So
God, I love that movie so much.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't enjoy the movie,
No,
but
no.
Chris Kattan has always bugged the fuck out of me. I don't find him funny at all. Other than when he was when he was the little monkey guy. What was his name?
He was like climbing all over the rock.
Well, yeah, well, no, when like The Rock was his dad, when The Rock was first on.
Yes.
He
What was
first
his
on there.
name? Oh my God.
And like The Rock fucking spit in like Will Ferrell's face. He spit that apple right in Will Ferrell's face. When The Rock had hair.
Yep. Oh my God. What was his?
When he had like 12% body fat. It was in this fucking shredded 52-year-old.
Mr. Peeps.
Mr. Peeps. Mr. Peeps. Yeah, when he was climbing all over the fucking rock, like the rock's ears falling off, like his like, and they're both like just like trying not to fucking break.
Dude, I think that's what I love most. We should probably do an SNL episode. Like,
SNL episode.
Let's do that.
We could do generations though.
Yeah,
Let's
we
do
could.
casts.
We could.
Because
Easy.
the cast now, like,
and then we're gonna throw some Mad TV in there, because like, why not? Mad TV was so good.
Look what I can do.
He
look like a man.
You can't do that today. Definitely cannot do that today. But fucking A, so funny. Oh, Jesus.
What if it's an impersonation of somebody being racist? That's not okay?
They do that all the time on SNL. I think it's fine. I don't know.
Because that's what we're doing. It's an impression of somebody doing an impersonation. That's racist. And what if it's racist, but it's coming from a person of that culture? Did they deem it okay, and therefore we can do it? No, that's 100%.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's why I don't say emotional damage. I just said
I don't. I also, for Music May, I want to do a Bollywood episode.
Bollywood. Okay.
I just want to talk about Bollywood music and like how fucking ridiculous it is. Because holy shit.
Oh, also in Afterlife, you have the guy who's in the Eternals.
Oh,
he's that guy, and he's fucking hilarious.
Every time we talk about Indians, you bring him up.
Well, no, but he's in the movie though.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
but like somehow he like finds his way in there. It's like my favorite.
Well, because I think he's like the only Indian actor that's like doing things now.
It's like well known.
Yeah.
Aziz Ansari. I don't know what happened to that guy.
I think he got canceled. He got canceled for saying something.
No, not surprised, but like, oof. But yeah, we should do Bollywood because like, holy.
He lied about. Is he the guy that lied about racism and was saying like he was attacked racially?
No.
It's another guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. But anyway,
yeah.
SNL. We should probably do it because like, how do we end episodes?
Right. We don't fucking know. Talking about
it's like our trademark now. How
Yeah.
does this podcast end episodes? We don't know.
We don't know. Even by myself last week, I was like, I don't know. I'm just babbling here. I don't know how to fucking end this.
Somebody help me.
And then like I couldn't end the episode because like I ran into this. So recording with Aid, she was like, "Oh, so whose intro we're doing?" I was like, "You could do it because this is more along your. I don't even like the Crow, so fuck this." and so she did her intro, and then she did her exit thing, and I was like, stay
frosty, my friend.
Be kind to like each other, hug each other." And
are you trying to be Steve from Blue's Clues?
No, it's just like one of those things. Like I don't know. And then I said it, and I was like, "It's so weird. You do these things week in and week out, and it's just, oh, did you hear that?" And then it's just like,
I thought that was me for a second.
and then it's just like it becomes second nature. But then the minute you like change one fucking thing, your whole brain goes.
What are we doing? Where am I?
I was just like, oh yeah, nerdy on nerd. There we go. Like I was just like,
what year is it?
I forget. What year is it?
God, I love that movie.
Jumanji.
That's so another fucking good, man.
That's another franchise that actually.
Oh, the show was good. I liked the animated show.
Animated show wasn't bad, but I'm talking about more like the sequels.
Oh, I haven't watched any of them.
Oh,
I will not.
You need to.
I don't know if I will.
They are actually good. They are actually good, and mostly they're actually good because they are standalone films. If you look at them that way. Because they don't try to redo or outdo anything they've done in the past. But there are parts in the movies where it's drawn back to Alan Parrish. I think that's mostly in the second one.
Okay.
I remember I went to go see the first new Jumanji, and it was just like, it's fucking Saturday. It's matinee. Let's fucking go spend $12, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy fuck, this is hilarious. It's Kevin Hart, The Rock, and I know you don't like Kevin Hart, but like, it's Kevin Hart, The Rock, Jack Black, and the chick who played Gamora's sister in the Avengers. The fuck, the Guardians. What's her? Nebula. But also, like, what's the actress's name? Which also, like, I had to Google that. I was like, that's not fucking her. Like, holy shit, makeup's a thing. Goddamn. But no, they're good fucking movies. I don't know. They're fucking good.
I don't know.
Well, you're not gonna like them now because you've already put the bad taste.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if I went into Jumanji now, it would be the way you went into Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like, I feel like that's how I'm gonna be like, meh. Like, yes, some parts were funny, but like, you know.
Well, and the fact that it's also like more video game oriented.
It's not a board game.
Yeah, it's not a board game. Yeah. You're not bored.
Shit.
Get it? See what I did there?
Fucking end the episode.
Am I gonna end the episode?
God damn.
What are we gonna talk about next week, Sal?
Ooh.
You don't even know.
Nope.
And it already came out. I didn't realize it already came out. X-Men 97.
Oh, yeah.
You have to watch it.
See, I was getting everything mixed up.
You have to watch it. Did you already watch it?
No.
I have not watched it either.
I can watch.
So next week, we are going to be doing a review on X-Men 97. I know I originally said that it's going to be a what you need to know before you watch, but it already came out.
But whoops.
Sorry about that.
Release dates.
COVID
what are those?
happened.
It's true. Also that.
So,
son of a bitch.
Anyway, so if you got to this rambling part of the episode and you're wondering like, hey, when can I turn this off?
Now is the time.
No, you don't turn it on. Turn it off now. You could have turned it off at any time because you're your own fucking person.
You can do it.
Whether you've been an A1 since day one or you're a first-time listener, we'd like to thank you for spending just a little bit of your day, a little bit of your week, a little bit of your life with us. But a very special thank you to our Patreons, Motor City Timmy T, Miss M, Professor of Muggle Studies, Machine Gun Paulie, our Phoenix fam, Allison Motherland, Jaspizzle, and Shell Dizzle. Thank you all for being awesome producers. This is the most humble show.
Thanks, guys.
And if you'd like to be a producer like these awesome folks who just mentioned, go to patreon.com/muchadooaboutnerdy. You can just go to patreon.com and search Much Ado About Nerdy.
And if you'd like to be a part of the conversation instead of just listening to it, hit us up on Instagram, Much Ado About Nerding Podcast with underscores instead of spaces. We also have an email address, nerdnation2020@gmail.com. And while TikTok is still legal, you can find us on TikTok, Much Ado About Nerding, or Nerd Nation 505.
And on behalf of Player 2, this is Player 1 saying stay safe.
Stay safe.
And stay nerdy. Nerdy on, Sal.
Nerdy on, Joe.
And nerdy on, Ghostbusters.
Buster makes me feel good. I think I'm listening to this. I had to.
Dude, I had a really good episode written for last week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a really good episode with the trailers, just like the Beetlegeist.
Oh yeah.
Beetlegeist and what else did I say? The alien.
Oh yeah, resurrection.
Romulus.
Ramblon.
Yeah, I had so when I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you felt it through my text when you were like, bro, I don't feel fucking good. I was like so fucking mad. Not at you. Like I wasn't mad at you, but I was just mad.
Yeah, at the situation.
Like, bro, I just broke this shit down. Ugh.
We can do a little bonus.
Well, thank you. And again, like I really am thankful that on St. Patty's Day, myself and Aid from Slashers Pod drunkenly did a crow reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I had something to put.
What a.
I know it was subpar, guys. Like I do apologize that it was subpar. That is not a reflection of what this podcast is, and especially not what that podcast is.
Yeah. True.
Did you listen? You didn't listen to it?
I didn't listen to it.
You know, so we've done crossover episodes with Slashers Pod. They are very these are the points we're gonna hit. We're gonna talk about it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
very.
Their production meetings are actual production meetings.
We're fucking willy nilly. We're Wild West.
You've
out
heard
here.
our tangents.
Pew, pew, pew.
And anytime they get off tangent, they're so good at getting back on track.
Yeah.
Because 8 is like, hello, let's do this. Come on.
Here.
Squeaky toy.
Like legit what it's fucking like.
Okay, so you were going to say something, but I have something to bring up.
But no, like the whole episode is us like kind of talking about the Crow, but like me trying my hardest to derail everything she's talking about and her trying to just pull it back in.
Always. She's
Pull
so
it
good at
back
it.
in.
I mean, she's a teacher, so
I
it makes
mean,
sense.
no, but I saw it coming. Like she was trying her hardest, but you can't fucking
No.
can't contain this, baby.
You can't.
You can't contain. You could only you can't stop me. You could only hope to contain me.
There it is.
There you go. What are you gonna?
Did you watch
Probably not.
Quiet on Set?
No.
Oh.
Are you talking about the Nickelodeon thing?
Yes.
I kind of don't want to watch it. I
Bruh.
know, and Phoenix Pam, I know you said that you wanted us to do an episode on this. I think that's beyond what this podcast is.
It's
and
very...
mostly because I kind of like this podcast was made to be a distraction from the pandemonium.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From the Black Plague, which everybody, thank you. I hope everybody's feeling good from the Black Plague last week.
I hope that everybody's fine. I'm fine. Joe's fine.
Hopefully
Everybody's
the
fine.
Bobbin and the Podling, as well as Alice.
in Motherland. Yeah.
But no, we made this as a distraction from that. It was something we always wanted to do, but this was supposed to be a distraction from the seriousness that is life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
the bullshit that we are all going through on a daily basis.
Exactly. So I mean,
No,
but I
hard.
do acknowledge that I understand what that is and what it's all about.
Yes. There are talks for a potential documentary episode. We'll see if that makes it.
Maybe we'll just touch on that.
Yeah. But holy...
We're gonna touch on it like so many people did. Oh, never mind. Thought I wasn't gonna talk about that.
No. So you remember all that, Obs?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
The small little curly-haired girl?
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered what happened to her. Because she was so funny. I loved her bits on all that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in the documentary, and I was like, this is dope. That's what happened to you. You look exactly the same, just but with like a little bit more chub on your face. Like, it's so wild. But she helped find Amanda Bynes, which is even more wild to me. I don't know.
And that's the thing is like, because I've heard a lot of things on social media about now I need an Amanda Bynes documentary. Like I want a documentary on what the fuck happened.
I want
had the
her...
biggest crush on Amanda Bynes.
Everybody did. Your brother-in-law that's in sales, he also had a crush on
Oh,
Amanda
dude.
Bynes.
Of course, he's old enough for all that.
No, he's old enough for the Amanda show.
Oh, there was an Amanda show?
Yeah.
See? Okay, see? there it is. There's the split. But also, like, a lot of these guys, like the Drake and Josh stuff, and I was like, I acknowledge, I understand what that was a show,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't mine.
Yeah, it was...
Not that I wouldn't have sympathy for those kids or anything,
Oh,
but I
100%.
just mean, like...
The Amanda show, even before Drake and Josh, was, like, at the ass end of my Nickelodeon life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it wasn't
17.
Rocket Power... If it wasn't Rocket Power or, like, SpongeBob or any of the other dope-ass cartoons, Doug, that were on Nickelodeon, I didn't want to watch it.
No, and I get you. But,
I mean, other than all that, Ops.
But
you
yeah,
further
no,
down?
I just think that's... And maybe it's because it has to do with child actors and children who are trying to, entertain other children. Because, like, I mean, watching that program documentary, if you guys haven't seen that one, check that one out. On
It's
Netflix.
so good.
That one is so... Because, like, you think all the salacious, like, weird shit, like, it all comes out in the first episode, and you're like, well, there's, like, 9 more episodes. What the fuck are we going to talk about?
Yeah, what else are we
getting
getting
the whole
into?
just gets deeper.
Yeah.
It's like Pamela Anderson Lee.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. No, she's a great woman. That's another documentary. The Pamela, with Pam talks about the sex tape coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That was me just making a crass joke, but like she's apparently like a very like introverted, self-conscious fucking person.
Well, I mean,
and the Pamela Anderson that we know was like a character she made in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, when I'm this person, I feel beautiful and I can take my boobs out, and it's just like, and this is me trying to be the least amount of pervy.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yes, dude. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, I'm all about body empowerment. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And
she was super insecure about that, and I think it was her mom in the documentary said, "Like, you got it, girl. Like, Playboy's calling. You don't hang up that phone.
Mm-hmm.
You'll make money."
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to fucking date a dude in Motley Crue. And from what I understand from the documentary, it's still like best loves of their life.
Mm-hmm.
but Tommy Lee fucked it up beyond repair.
Oh yeah.
But the love is,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
stupid ass Tommy Lee.
They didn't end on terrible means.
Well, they did, but there's still the love there.
Mhm,
It's like
mhm.
I love that man, but I can never be with that man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
that's a good
Respect.
one. The program.
Also
and-
tough, man. Like, whew. I just don't understand how people treat children that way.
Well, and the thing about that is, in that documentary, I'm like, dude, the thing that sucks is these parents are trying to do right by the kids,
They think it's bettering them.
and it's just when they're complaining about it, it's just you're just being a teenager.
Nut up, bro.
I don't even think it was nut up. I just think it was just like,
Well,
of course you're gonna embellish. You don't like you want to come home. Oh man,
It's
like,
terrible. It's
yeah,
just
I could.
terrible.
I feel for the parents that are in that. I feel so bad for them. I feel not more than the children because they didn't live through it, but also almost more because again, I was trying to do good by you, and I actually fucking put you through this trauma.
Yeah. Rough one. Yeah, Shalina and I binged Quiet on Set while we were sick, and I was like, "This is like," we had to turn it off a few episodes in because I said, "This is too much for me, man."
Yeah.
And
No, I can
very
only-
few documentaries do that. So if you guys haven't, if you live under a rock,
And I
go
probably,
watch it
and
if you're interested
I
in
probably
it.
won't watch it, and only because it's like, dude, I don't want to watch that.
I had to.
But I understand. But I feel that like what it's supposed to do is like bring awareness and make these people heard.
Yeah.
And through social media and through friends and people telling me about this, I feel that I have heard their,
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
So I feel that I don't need to watch it. I really don't.
But I would like an Amanda Bynes episode if you're
Amanda
listening to
Bynes,
this.
crazy bitch. You're a crazy bitch, but you fuck so good. I'm on
She is
top
now a
of
nail
it.
technician.
She's a nail technician.
Mm-hmm.
She is not even. Well, obviously she's not doing anything because we'd have heard.
We would have heard. Oh my God!
Oh,
I
Jesus
thought that was
Christ!
something important.
Just slam your beer down.
No,
so.
I didn't do it.
Oh, so this episode,
This episode.
this might come out in the actual episode, not just the before after show. Will be on YouTube. I will put this on YouTube because I've been playing Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed. As the background.
Yeah.
And since because I haven't played in a while, and apparently you can make like different characters to play, like different jumpsuits and different loadouts and stuff like that. So I made you and Jen. And guess what you're wearing?
A flannel.
A flannel.
Perf. I love it.
And it was so good. It's like when I discovered you could do this, I was like, holy shit. And so like when you're walking around the firehouse, like they'll have the people you made just like randomly doing shit around the firehouse. You were eating a donut. The first time I saw you were eating a fucking donut, and I was like, this is so fucking perfect. Like I wanted to call you. I wanted to FaceTime you and be like, I made you in a video game and you're eating a donut. That's the first thing you're doing? You're making it. Oh my God.
You're making a donut. I love donuts. So
Oh,
yes.
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yes, I thank you, Ghostbusters, for doing me the honor of giving me a donut.
Also, if you haven't played Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, whatever, Unleashed, go ahead and give that. It's so fun to bust ghosts with people around the world. It's cross-platform. I'm sorry, Tim. We were drunk when we were in your garage, and I made you download that game because it's cross-platform, and we have never played together. I don't know if he's ever played it.
I
don't know if I'm telling
forgot
you.
that was on there.
I don't know if Alice in Motherland is just like, you just spent $30 fucking on something you never fucking played. So
Well,
sorry if I told on you. It's par for the course. It's what I do.
It's true. Unintentionally, intentionally, all of the above.
Anything else? What else is going on?
I got this cool hat. It says Panavision, New Mexico on it.
I just bought a new hat. I just bought a new. It's why the Angels lost 11-3 today because I had not bought my new Angels hat for the season.
Joseph.
Mike Trout comes out top of the fucking first. Boom, solo home run. I'm like, all right, we might be good for the. But then fucking starting pitching is like, oh, I just want to pitch for 1 2/3 innings. I want to throw 6 pitches in 1 2/3. Like he walked like the first 3 fucking batters.
Uh-oh.
Our pitching is fucking.
I was
the
gonna say,
team
it's always
isn't
the
very
pitching.
good. Our team isn't very good, but like still, like what the fuck. And when we named him the opening day starter, I was like, why is Sandoval? Why is it got to be Sandoval? Like literally anybody. I am a right-handed pitcher.
You're a right-handed thrower.
And with my off-speed pitches, I think I would
We'll
confuse.
say off-speed.
And by off-speed, I just mean super slow. Like, when's the last time you saw a 60-mile-an-hour pitch there, huh? Little League? Also, me and Motor City Timmy T have a friendly wager on the board. Because I was like, dude, we're not making the playoffs. The Tigers aren't making the fucking playoffs.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, let's do a wager between us. Let's up the stakes. So I asked him. I was like, so should we do series between our two teams, series record between our two teams, or just record overall? And Tim chickened out, and he said series record between our two teams. Okay. I don't know if it was a chicken out, to tell you the truth. We're both going to be real bad teams this year. And the loser is going to have to go out to a bar dressed in whatever the other fucking person has on deck for it.
I'm stressed for both of you.
Dressed in like the attire of the opposing person's team.
Okay.
So, because I was just gonna say you have to go out in a skirt and like a t-shirt, and then like when somebody asks you what the fuck's going on, you're like, I am the biggest Angels or I am the biggest Tigers fan, like something like that. So I did look up online, and there's just like one person said go to like a knitting. Like a knitting like convention or something, and then write a 2-page paper on your experience of the 2-page. And I was like, dude, you really like? Are you fucking kidding me? 'Cause that would suck. But I think like me and Motor City Timmy T, I think we would both be happy to go out and make a fool of ourselves 100%. At the sake of being with our friends and drinking beer.
I've seen Motor City Timmy T do a lot of silly things. And completely sober.
Mary, our cousin, is the silliest.
The weirdest. Like, what? But I've also seen you do a lot of silly things, sober and not sober. So that's why I'm afraid.
So that's what we're doing. So you know, maybe I'll put it on the page as well. Like, who's winning? Because I think, and the thing that sucks,
Tigers thing. Angels thing.
So back in the day, I believe before, because now every baseball team plays every other baseball team, and it wasn't like that before last year. So I think like we would play like 2 series at their home stadium, and then they would play 2 series at ours. Okay. So now I think it's just like one. So it'd be like 3 games over, or 3 games over there, 3 games over here, 3 games over there, 3 games over here. I think now it's going to be like just 4 games over there and 4 games over here. So we might know who loses or wins this fucking bet like in June.
Nice.
Depending, I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't know when our last game against the Tigers is. So
that's good.
So
I remembered what I was going to say. I was like, fuck, dude, halfway through your story, I was like, fuck, I don't remember what I was going to say. But Vanessa Hudgens is apparently dating an isotope. Who's
Vanessa Hudgens?
Oh, well, Phoenix Fam Isaac is going to know who Vanessa Hudgens is. Disney star. She was in High School Musical. Okay. I think that's her. But anyway, she's dating an isotope.
Is she the bitch? Apparently, like the main chick in High School Musical.
Let me see if it's Vanessa Hudgens, because I could be completely wrong.
Or am I thinking of Glee? I'm thinking of Glee.
You're thinking of Glee.
I'm thinking of Glee.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Hudgens?
Hudgens.
Qué nombre.
Qué nombre. Wow. Still loading. Wild. Anyway, yeah. That was just
so there
crazy
it is. We get to play D&D tomorrow?
We do in like a month.
We get to play? Oh, man. It's like in a month between the just playing, and then like 2 months since we had Jason at the table.
True.
That's awesome.
I'm like stoked that we're all there.
Yeah.
Like.
No, I am too. I'm super stoked. I was like, fuck, I gotta write something good. Because like I've like again, I've had everything planned out, but then now I'm just like, dude, it's us back. The gang is back together.
The full gang.
So we got to do something. I got to make this. And I think I got it.
I'm gonna go see
Ghostbusters.
A Night with the Devil tomorrow.
Oh, you should go see Ghostbusters.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go see Ghostbusters. Maybe Sunday.
Cool.
No, Sunday's Easter. Well, I could still go.
Yeah, what are we doing? Dad asked me. He was like, "What are you guys doing for Easter?" I was like, "I don't know. I just assumed we're going to your place." Like, just also operate under the fact that if there's any like a holiday, I'm coming over.
Yeah.
Unless I tell you otherwise.
And then I'm gonna ask my sister, "What time are we going?"
Yeah, what time are we going? And then I was like, "I don't know. Ask Motor City and Alice in Motherland because they're the only they have the children,
Yeah.
and I'm not hiding eggs for unless the eggs got booze in them. I'm not hiding eggs for adults.
No.
And also, I don't want to hide eggs for adults because I want to find the eggs if they
I was
got
gonna
booze
say,
in them.
well, and then mom will hide the ones with money in them.
But also, mom wants the boozy ones too. Mom's a little booze hound now. She's getting into
It's like, crown.
crown. Ooh, this crown salted caramel. Apparently, her and Auntie, was it like a month ago, 2 months ago?
Oh God.
Her and Auntie, not Rita, one of our aunts.
Auntie Florence?
Might have been Florence.
Yeah, she
Might
goes
have been
to see Auntie Florence a
and
lot.
she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna." Oh yeah, because she had Jeff
Mhm.
stop at Walgreens so she could pick up a bottle.
Yeah, so then it was Auntie Florence.
Yeah.
I also had to explain to Shalina again, because I know I've done this multiple times. Uncle Felix and Auntie Lisa and Uncle Anthony and Auntie Londa. I had to explain that to her again. And
Because
she's
they
like,
all went to Santuario this last weekend.
yeah.
I saw that actually.
And she was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, we have the brown side.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
the brown
yeah.
side. You've met the brown side. I thought you were gonna say you had to explain like why Jeff calls our father Theo. He's the only one of our cousins that calls him Theo, but he's actually older than our father.
Yeah. Well, Adam calls him Uncle Robert.
Well, no, I'm just saying Theo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like he's the only one that calls our father Theo. I don't know if you've looked at our father. He is not a Theo. He is an uncle.
Oh, God.
He's not a Theo. And the fact that he's older than our father is hilarious.
I love that about our family, though. Like, when you just look at mom's side of the family, I'm like, what? It's a wild time on that side.
You're wild. Wild bunch. It was a wild bunch. The Podling and the Bobbin. I don't know. I haven't heard any news stories about him, but I'm just gonna go ahead and figure. Oh, actually, I did. The Bobbin couldn't go over to see mom this week.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. All I heard was there was some
Oh,
sass.
there was some sass. I don't know why either. All I heard was there's some sass.
I heard there was some sass.
And
Yeehaw.
if I had bigger cojones, I would have texted Alicia and be like, "Oh, are you surprised? Are you surprised?" So when you hear this, Alicia,
I don't think that she is, though.
surprised?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's so mad about it.
Yeah. Like, fuck, I was hoping they were wrong.
I hope she would have been Tim. Actually, no, Tim's a smart ass too.
It's true.
But
Tim is pretty smart. So, like,
so
he'll, like, talk his way into
choose-
it.
Yeah, well, but he'll choose the form of the destructor.
Oh! I'm going to start replaying Hogwarts.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hogwarts?
Mhm.
Hogsmeade?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hagmire?
I think I'm going to be a Gryffindor this time.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I know. But I already 100% in my Hufflepuff. And
I have
she's
not
dope
finished.
as hell.
I have not finished Hogwarts.
You haven't even played the whole story?
Nope.
Joe!
So, do you know what has come out since then?
What?
There's been 2 new seasons in Fallout.
Oh. And then I'm playing Ghostbusters again.
I gotta play Ghostbusters. Dude, they have new ghosts now.
See?
They got this whole new thing. Like, oh man.
Well, I already
Ghostbusters is so
finished
fucking
Last
fun.
of Us Part 2, so when you're ready for that, let me
Dude,
know.
bring it over. I don't give
Okay.
a shit. Bring it over tomorrow. We're not working.
True. I got nothing.
Fuck,
Wait,
shit.
yeah.
Everybody's in the show for D&D. We're just gonna be fucking. You're gonna be like Harry Potter, fucked up, like you were when we were trying to do the drinking game.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
We
trying to
still
keep-
need to do that for an episode.
I would be better. I drink more.
Well, no. Like, I'm not saying you wouldn't be better. I'm just saying, like, we need to fuck. We need to. I need to. So I bought. I have a lot.
And
So
then
I bought.
you could be anything? Fucking A.
I bought a new lav mics,
Mhm.
so we could actually go to a bar and. But they're like the weird ones you buy on like Instagram
Oh,
that
okay.
you like see the. Basically,
Decibels?
they're from China. They're from China. So
okay.
so I don't know how like if they actually perform as well as they say they do. And then I brought another camera from China and. I haven't I've been like, how the fuck? Because it's supposed to be able to just like hook up to my phone, but the app doesn't connect to it. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well, it's a good thing. This is only like $30.
China.
But that's the thing. I think we just need to get cameras, and then we could just like YouTube this shit all up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I was going to say, when you said you could see and then you like paused for like a hot minute, I thought you were going to say it was like 90s things where you could see through it, where it was like that weird
dude.
see-through thing
Dude,
that they made
that
everything
shit,
clear.
yeah.
Like, why did you do that? The Macs were clear, everything was clear.
Because, like, when's the last time you saw the inside of a computer? As you were, like, working on, like, with the computer. When's the last time you could see the phone, the bell inside of the phone? Ring-a-ding-ding, huh?
Inside of a Game Boy. Why not?
Why the fuck not?
Do you want to see what's inside your CD player? So do we.
Bam.
Why was everything clear in the
Your
90s?
disc man.
Oh my god.
Because we were fucking cooler than everybody else. I don't give a shit.
It's true. I don't disagree with you.
Right, ready to fucking
Half an hour into it.
kick this pig.
Yeah.